How you doing, everybody? I want to tell you a little story about nursing home life. All right, it was my first few days into living at the nursing home, and I was going for physical therapy. It might have been like the first week I was here. I went to go with my occupational therapist to the rehab room that they have downstairs on the first floor. I was on the, I was on one of the upper floors, and I come across the dentist. The dentist sees me and says, "Hey, I'd like to take a look at your teeth. Just a really quick glance." I say, "Sure." He takes a look. He puts his little, instruments in there. He gives it a quick little, little one-off kind of a glance. "Okay, man. See if you need anything. Let me know. Hey, goodbye." We exchange pleasantries, and I go downstairs to to start physical therapy. All right. Basically, the next day, the nurse, I think, forgive me if I don't get her job title correctly, I'm sorry, but the nurse practitioner comes in and she says to me, "Do you want your tooth removed?" Now, at this point, I'm like, do I want my tooth removed? Like, I am just, I'm fraught with confusion. I had just gotten up. I'm just like, what's going on now, She says, "Oh, your tooth is rotted. You need a tooth removed." I was taken aback because, I was like, "You mean to tell me that from that one cursory glance the dentist gave me, he was able to ascertain that I needed my tooth removed? If it's rotted, how come I don't feel it?" So I think to myself, okay, that can't be right. Okay, it can't be. So I very congenially told this lady, I said, "Ma'am, I think I might have said like a little joke or something." I said, I think you work very hard and you might be wrong about this." She snapped right into, she went right from she totally, I said her demeanor just completely went south. It was, "No, I am not wrong. No, I am not wrong. Do not say I am wrong. I am not wrong." Okay. I said, "Ma'am, I'm not going to have my tooth removed. Maybe you could go take a look at your paperwork and you can just, maybe just go check. Because you know what? I don't really feel any pain. I think I'm going to pass on having my tooth removed." So she goes out. She checks her paperwork. She sees she's incontrovertibly wrong. She comes in and it's, like, as if like, what if my... Not that I'm lauding my mental acuity at any. Because trust me, like I said, I am very distraught as of late. Okay, but what if my mental acuity were not to parity with one who knows that they don't need a tooth removed? What if I were lower than that? And I said, okay, like, I need my tooth removed. And I just went with it. What I like to think that there are safeguards that would have stopped it, would have precluded that type of, yeah, exactly. Certainly that type of mishap from happening. But in the place I'm at right now, I would not be surprised if there weren't. Okay, so that was that. I was like, okay, that was my introduction to this. But okay, I said, all right, that's fine. But it was a time they were weighing me. At the time, I was gaining and losing weight rapidly. Like even now, I gain and lose weight rapidly. It's like I don't know what's going. Because I go from exercise into not exercise, and I get hurt. But when I first came into the facility, I think my weight was like I was like maybe 196 pounds. I went up about 4 pounds to 200. Okay, so at that point, a friend and myself started eating organic. We started eating very healthy, exercising every day, and I know I lost weight. Okay, because I'd put on weight. So I'd not been weighed. I've been weighed 1 month. I got weighed the second month. The dietitian went on a vacation, so she doesn't know. She doesn't have a derivation of what's going on. Okay, I get weighed. Hadn't been weighed that month. So the dietitian calls me over and says, "Hey, maybe you better cut down on the food because, you gained 4 pounds." I'm like, "Ma'am, I actually haven't been weighed yet this month. That was last month." I said, I was 200 last month. Just like, no, you're 200 now. Like, just with an attitude. Like, what you say doesn't matter. Like, when you're here and you're a patient, there is a stark demarcation between the patients and the staff. The staff feels we're doing the work of a higher power, we're helping people, and you want to know what? And I'm sorry to say this, man, about the way some people in the healthcare profession really do feel that way. They feel and they are. Some of them are overworked, but there's this sense of just egregious entitlement that goes on there. They feel like, hey, we're helping you, even though they're being paid. They're being paid. Whenever I'm not boasting about, like I said, whenever I help people, it was not on camera, it was not viral, it was years ago, when I was young. I'm 36 years old, okay? So basically, whenever I help someone, I didn't expect recognition. I didn't expect, you know what I mean? But now it seems like I need help, and I owe everybody my life, for that, And it just seems to me, wow, But just goes to show you how what you say when you're in a nursing home, especially one of this just absolutely abysmal quality, what you say means nothing. And the more hurt you are, the more incapacitated you are, the more power they feel they have, because they're all united against you. They're all united against you. And I'm sorry to say it like that. They're not your friends. They might pretend to be your friend. But they all talk about you behind your back. I've seen them do that in front of me with other patients, and I thought that for them to do that in front of me, I must be in. By the way, just for the record, I got weighed and I was 194, so yeah, exactly. So yeah, okay, whatever, whatever. Like I said, okay, there you go. But even my therapist said, just so get weighed and show she'll see she's wrong, but then that doesn't matter because they're never wrong. Even when they're incontrovertibly wrong, they're never wrong. So, yeah. So that's what goes on here. That's what happens in places like this, Yonkers Gardens in Yonkers, New York. This is a real everybody who I bet you're gonna see a series of videos in which I go out and I speak to people, and they're gonna tell me everything that goes on here, and I'm gonna put it on camera. You're gonna see it. I'm not the only one saying this. Go look up this place. Go look at the poor reviews. Look at the way this place is received, and there's a reason why. It was never this bad. Ever since the new management took over, it's been more restrictive. It's been more there's a paltry amount of amenities here. I mean, it wasn't great to begin with, but it was like, it was like a luxury hotel compared to the way it is now. I mean, wow, But that's what happens when you come into a nursing home. What you say means nothing. And I want you to see a video. Not all nurses are like this. Some of them, I think anyone who enters the medical field has genuine intentions. They want to help people. They really are loving it at their heart. But then they see the politics and the bureaucracy and everything that happens in the medical field, and then it sort of it attenuates their capacity to care. Okay, it really does. It makes them just bitter. They become just shells of their once wonderful selves. I mean, if you've ever seen that video, it's a viral video. I'll see if I can even find it. You could look online. This lady was drunk, right? She had to move her car. There was a dispute with some construction workers, and I guess the gentleman wanted this lady to move her car, and she looks and she was being very very loud, very rude, and she said, they asked her, "What do you do, ma'am?" She said, "Oh, I'm a nurse. That means when your kid is sick, I take care of them, and I'm this and meaning I have a right to park here. I am the savior of the world." Meaning people like me, and to a certain extent, they are, but in others, it's always a shame when someone deserves credit and they need to be put up here. They just but then they take too much. Then they get greedy. Then they end up. You give them an inch, they take a mile, and then instead of putting them up here, then you gotta take them and put them down there. Because they went a little too far with it. Instead of just real heroes don't want recognition. Thank you for your time, everybody. Enjoy your day.